The world is in a sense of shock and outrage at the moment when they look at the actions of ISIS. No doubt the human being has reached an all-time low, in the sense that when the human being looks at the ease at which people are being killed at the moment, it really brings about a sense of sadness, anger, as well as frustration. When you see the decapitated bodies and the executed bodies, and you see women being raped, and you see children being killed, and you see men being burnt or men being thrown into ditches, just being shot as if it's something normal, you find that many are in a state of shock when they witness these scenes. When you witness the scenes within Syria, you find when you look at ISIS, you find that many of their edicts focus on the massacring of anyone who doesn't agree with their opinions. Even the role models of ISIS and the people they may revere may be killed if they were alive today. The likes of Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, a Sufi Ash'arite, would probably have been killed if he was alive in Mosul today, because the Sufis are to be executed, and the Shia are to be executed, and the Christians are to be executed. Every single one of us as a Muslim has to be concerned with the affairs of the Muslims around the world. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, himself said, "Man asbaha wa lam yahtam bi umur al-muslimin falaysa bi-muslim." The one who wakes up in the morning and is not concerned with the affairs of the Muslims is not a Muslim. When I hear Muslims being killed in Syria, I have to be concerned for them. When I hear about Muslims being killed in Bahrain, I have to be concerned for them. When I hear about Muslims being killed in the Hijaz, I have to be concerned for them. When I hear about Muslims being killed in Iraq, I have to be concerned. Yes, Pakistan, correct or no, in Kuwait and Parachinar. Go to other areas, Afghanistan, go to other areas. Indeed, as a general lesson, when any human being is facing oppression, we have to be concerned. If the Christians of Egypt are being oppressed, I must speak. If the Ahmadis in Pakistan are being oppressed, I must speak. I can't just have a principle that when the Shia are being oppressed, I speak, but when others are being oppressed, I remain silent. Whenever any human being is being oppressed, we must speak. When I see Christians being massacred in Iraq and Shia being massacred in Iraq, the first reason I need to discuss this is because I as a Muslim have to be politically active, politically aware, politically involved. Our youth need to go and study political science at university. Our youth need to be studying government, international relations, so that we're able to lobby for the rights of our Muslim brethren around the world. No way can you change this world until you enter politics. When you enter politics, and some may turn around and say, well, politics is dirty, don't go for the politics of the son of Abu Sufyan. Go for the politics of the son of Abu Talib. When you go towards Amir al-Mu'min's politics, go towards looking for justice for all of mankind, honor for all of mankind, dignity for all of mankind. And therefore you find that on the first level there's a reason to study this, which is what? That firstly, I have to be concerned about the affairs of all the Muslims. My Iraqi brother, my Syrian brother, Bahraini brother, my brother, for example, in any land in this world, Afghanistan, Pakistan, I have to be concerned about their affairs. That is number one. Number two, because there is not a piece of land on this earth that is not a minute away from a terrorist attack by ISIS and the followers of ISIS. I tell you, whether you're in Mombasa now, you're a minute away from a terrorist attack. London is a minute away from a terrorist attack. New York is a minute away from a terrorist attack, because they have managed to infiltrate the literature of the mosques with the ideologues of ISIS. Take me to any mosque in Mombasa and I will show you the names of the ideologues in ISIS have already been put in the cabinets of the mosques, without our brothers in Ahlul Sunnah realizing that one by one their books are being covered with ISIS ideologues. Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah, Ibn al-Jawzi, Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, all of them, they're ideologues of ISIS. The thoughts of ISIS, you'll find them in the mosques of our brothers in Ahlul Sunnah. But there is one country where there is no difference between it and ISIS, and that is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the root of ISIS. If Saudi Arabia tells you it has a problem with ISIS, what's the problem? You have a problem with executions, you execute. Beheadings, you behead. Anti-Shia, you're anti-Shia. Anti-Christian, you're anti-Christian. Plurality of opinion, you've got a problem when it comes to plurality of opinions. When Saudi Arabia gives you the rhetoric that it's against ISIS, it's the biggest load of nonsense politically in this world. Saudi Arabia has absolutely no problem with ISIS whatsoever. Saudi Arabia's only problem is that the call for caliphate within ISIS means there's a threat to their leadership. Otherwise, the vision of ISIS is the vision of Saudi. The complete destruction of Shi'ism, the complete destruction of Christianity, the complete killing of those who go towards the graves, the killing of those who believe in intercession, and further than that, execution and beheading is something normal. How ISIS did not begin in Iraq, it began from the time of the Holy Prophet. And the same ideologues of ISIS are the ones who have the same mentality as those people who ensured that they continued their literature through to Saudi Arabia today. Ibn Taymiyyah is the most powerful name in the Sunni world today. Kids in America are going to Saturday and Sunday schools brought up on his love. I guarantee you, if I take you to a mosque in Mombasa today, let's go in the bookshop. If Ibn Taymiyyah's books aren't there, I'll give you what you want me to give you. Saudi Arabia publishes his books more than anyone else. Ibn Taymiyyah is ISIS's lord. Saudi Arabia has pumped billions into ISIS and the war in Iraq. Saudi Arabia, since Zia ul-Haq in Pakistan, has pumped so much money into destroying Shia in Pakistan. Saudi Arabia sent soldiers to attack Shia of Bahrain. Saudi Arabia and Qatar is the whole reason there's a war in Syria. ISIS has come in different forms. Al-Qaeda is a form. Nusra is a form. They may differ whether it's the right time for Khilafah or the wrong time for Khilafah, but they all come to an agreement. We are anti-Shia, anti-Christian, and the two of them are to be killed. And I'm not holding back in saying this. I'm being very clear. The only two they want to get rid of is what? The only two they want to get rid of is the Shia and the Christian world. They want to completely annihilate them. And that's why we opened the mosque of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib for the Christians in Iraq. Because we knew that the Christians, the Wahhabis, the Salafis, and I know there is internal fighting between the Salafis. There's no doubt there's conflicts within the Salafis. But the Wahhabis and the Salafis, what do they have? They have a list of edicts. Do you know Abu Mus'ab al-Zarqawi? You remember Zarqawi? Yes? Zarqawi once gave a 3-hour lecture on every fatwa in Sunni history about the permissibility to kill Shia. The second message is that even if you continue to try and massacre us Shia, we thrive on dying in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You've missed the point. You really think that when you executed those youths in Mosul, you really think that we're sad? We see pride in Shahada. We see pride in being martyrs. And we know it causes you frustration because you keep saying that you're the majority and we're still on top. And the frustration continues. But we feel sorry for you because you come and do bombs in Pakistan. You're doing us a favor. You're allowing us to die as shuhada in the way of Imam al-Hussein. And if you come and execute us, you're doing us a favor. Because we've had many who were executed. And we continue to love and continue to live. And live like Ali and love to die like Imam al-Hussein. Correct?